This is a lesson summary video for the task titled Shopping for Cats and Dogs. This is a develop understanding task. The purpose of this lesson is to surface the logic and reasoning for solving systems of linear equations by elimination. One week, Carlos bought 3 bags of Tabitha Tidbits and 4 bags of Figaro Flakes for $43. The next week, he bought 3 bags of Tabitha Tidbits and 6 bags of Figaro Flakes for $54. Based on this information, figure out the price of 1 bag of each type of cat food and explain your reasoning. So I'm going to use T to represent the cost of a bag of Tabitha Tidbits, so I'll use T for that, and I'll use F to represent the cost of a bag of Figaro Flakes. So it says that 3 bags of Tabitha Tidbits plus 4 bags of Figaro Flakes was equal to $43. And then the next week, he again bought 3 bags of Tabitha Tidbits and 6 bags of Figaro Flakes for $54. So I can see from one week to the next, he bought the exact same amount of Tabitha Tidbits. But in the second week, he spent more money, and it's because he had 2 more bags of Figaro Flakes. So the 2 more bags of Figaro Flakes makes up the difference in these costs. So if I subtract my equations, what I see is if I take out the amount of Tabitha Tidbits, and I have just 2 bags of Figaro Flakes when I do 6F minus 4F, the result is a difference of $11. Now I know that 2 bags of Figaro Flakes has to be $11, which if I solve this equation and I divide by 2, I find that 1 bag of Figaro Flakes is worth $5.50. Now the question asks me to find how much the price of 1 bag of each type of cat food. So if I know that 1 bag of Figaro Flakes is $5.50, I just need to substitute that $5.50 back into one of my equations to solve. So I'll just pick this one over here. So I'll do 3t plus 4 times 5.5, so I'm substituting in this $5.50, equals 43. Well, 4 times 5.5 is 22. When I subtract 22 on both sides of the equation, I get 21. When I divide by 3 on both sides of the equation, I get 7. That means that Tabitha Tidbits, 1 bag, will cost $7. Let's take a look at another example. One week, Carlos bought 2 bags of Brutus Bites and 3 bags of Lucky Licks for $42.50. The next week, he bought 5 bags of Brutus Bites and 6 bags of Lucky Licks for $94.25. Based on this information, figure out the price of 1 bag of each type of dog food and explain your reasoning. So just like before, let's start off with writing a couple of equations. I'm going to use B to represent the cost of 1 bag of Brutus Bites and L to represent the cost of 1 bag of Lucky Licks. So 2B plus 3L equals $42.50. And then 5B plus 6L equals $94.25. As I'm trying to reason through this one, last time I had the same amount of one of the types of food, so I could reason that the difference in the cost was because of the difference in the other type of food. But here I have nothing that really matches. Here's 2B, and there's a 5B, and there's a 3L, and there's a 6L. But what I can do is I can think about this first week and think about what would happen if he doubled his order. So I'm going to multiply everything times 2. So 4B plus 6L equals 85. Now let's look at the difference here. So if in the first week he had doubled his order, let's say he had 4B plus 6L to get 85, and in the second week he had 5B plus 6L to equal $94.25, we can see that he got the same amount of the Lucky Licks bags. So he got 6 of them, which means that the difference in cost from $85 to $94.25 has to be because of this one extra bag of Brutus Bites. So let me just subtract the two equations. So we can subtract because the difference in the total cost is because of the difference of the amount of Brutus Bites. So when we subtract 5b minus 4b, we have 1b. 6L minus 6L is 0L, so I don't need to write anything down there. And 94.25 minus 85 is 9.25. Since B represents the cost of a bag of Brutus Bites, we know that one bag of Brutus Bites costs $9.25. Now, if we want to find out how much a bag of Lucky Licks costs, we just need to substitute this into one of our equations. So I'm going to choose this one right here. 2 times 9.25 plus 3L equals 42.5. 2 times 9.25 is 18.5. Subtract 18.5 from both sides of the equation. Divide by 3 on both sides and find that one bag of Lucky Licks costs $8. So in this video, we've developed the ideas behind a new algebraic strategy called elimination, where you can see that if you subtract the equations, then you can get one of the variables to eliminate, which makes it easy to find the other variable. In the upcoming lessons, you'll continue to solidify your understanding and practice this skill. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching.